McDonald.
And her dad.
Scott McDonald, and I'm home for the Thanksgiving weekend. And so we thought it would be a good opportunity to do another Ask My Dad conversation. Not that we haven't been through so many of them before.
And we've had a lot of conversations during this holiday, just since it's happened. We just thought we'd share some of our wisdom with you.
And you're not married yet.
And you're still single, right?
That's what makes these so good in education.
Not a lot of pressure.
Because I'm still single, and that's what
everyone
is interested in. Because if I was married like you,
then you'd be smart like me, right?
I wouldn't have any value.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, you know how you catch a man, right?
Through his stomach.
No.
Just go into the stomach, up to the heart.
That's right.
How Chuck Norris does
So
it.
here we are in my office, and do you know why we're in my office?
Why?
Baby, it's cold outside.
No, thank you. It's
good to be home, Daddy.
So worth it.
It's great to be here. Would you close the door on the way out? Thank
Ow,
you
sorry.
so much. I don't know if this has come through in these discussions that we've had, but I have a lot of kids, and those were just those were two.
Two of the five.
That's right.
By the way, I am 2 of 5. That's 4 and 5.
That was 4 and 5. That's right.
I feel like we're talking about the Weasley children.
Well, in
so
many ways, it's
Well, there's a big gap too, which helps since Eric is much older and Thane, the youngest boy here. What's the age gap between them? 16 years?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
About 16 years.
About 16. So we hit a lot of marks in our lives, and there's always someone at some point. Someone's always in elementary school, someone's always in college, and we all get a good perspective about what that means. So we never forget what it's like to be in elementary school.
So I've been a father now for almost 32 years.
Represent.
And it just, you get a lot of practice giving advice, trust me.
And I'm your first single adult daughter.
That's right.
Single adult child, because your oldest child got married when he was still in school. So,
right.
Is it difficult to have different issues to deal with that you haven't had to answer before?
It's a bit of a challenge because everybody has something different that they want, and everything that their perspectives are all different. So, a wise parent will always remember that if you're going to give advice, you have to give advice not just blanket statements, but rather things that apply specifically to the situation of your kid.
Well, I never like those "it depends" things anyway. There, like this dating thing that we're talking about, there have to be rules that people can live on. Otherwise, it's just a mishmash of information.
True.
And there's no way to tell is this a good person or a bad person unless you've got some standards.
So, are you saying is there universal truth that applies to every kid? Yeah, there is.
I think there should be.
So, in that way, yeah, there are standards that you have to say that are going to apply to every kid. But the way that you will communicate those things have to depend on your target audience, right? Your target market. Because we're all about the understanding the demography of the people you're talking to.
In this case, mostly people who know
I'm
me
sorry,
on Facebook.
did I take my eyes off the camera?
No, I'm just saying these are the people that
Oh,
are
those
our
people.
target demographic here.
Yes, you are. And we love having you here. Eavesdropping. So what's our topic today, Casey?
I think we were going to talk about dressing for a date. And one of the things that made me excited about this topic, that made me say, yes, let's do this, is because please let your date know what's appropriate to wear. Or at least give her a heads up or something. And there's a disconnect about what people think are appropriate or inappropriate to wear on a date or where do we start?
Well, let me start with this. People don't understand it, but one of the reasons why I always recommend giving time between the invitation and the date is so that you can take into account dress.
Yeah.
So if, for example, it is Thursday night and you want to invite a girl out for Friday, she should say no. You know why she should say no?
Why?
Because she can't dress appropriately in one day's notice unless there's a very good reason why he couldn't. Let's all of a sudden say tickets to a big game or a show or something just drop in his lap and he doesn't have time. Completely understand it. But short of that, I always say you've got to have the better part of a week. At very least, going out on Friday, Tuesday night is probably at least the time that you ought to
There
tell
are
her.
plenty of reasons to ask in advance, too, other than respecting her personal time. Because if she's got something planned, then it sucks to have to say, I can't, I have something
Right.
plan, even if I don't want to cancel those plans, even if I would like to be with you. And it's difficult to say at some other time.
Right. Well, so you provide enough time, she can accommodate the schedule she's got. And I think it just makes good sense.
The rule is just assume she's going to be busy, not in a depressing kind of way, but in this
Right.
in this way of dressing. I also need some kind of information about what we're doing.
Right. So, well, obviously, you don't want to ask a person out on a date by saying, "What are you doing Friday night?" Because your real question isn't, "What are you doing Friday night?" It's, "Are you available to do a specific thing with me on Friday night?"
That's my biggest pet peeve, by the way.
Okay. So, assuming he has plans and he's not a total idiot, he'll say, "I want to do this with you on this date and time with sufficient time, and if it is not clear how she should dress, I want to say something just to the guys. Casey, you probably already know this. But every girl stresses, am I going to look good or appropriate for the date?"
And you know what? For me, I'm a little bit of an artist. That means something very specific, and not even just, am I wearing the appropriate shoes to go hiking? Are we going to spend a lot of time outdoors? Do I need a light sweater, or do I need a sweater that we're going to walk around the block in? But for me, we're going ice skating is a very different sweater than we're going to the ice capades,
Well,
which is also cold. For me, it's something specific. I need to know, do I want to wear socks because I'm going to take off my shoes?
Sure.
You know, and I don't think guys realize how much energy and effort girls put into making
No.
sure they're wearing the right things.
Now, let me explain to girls why that happens. Did you know the guy has a very limited wardrobe scope? He'll have a pair of jeans, maybe he'll have 3 pairs of jeans, but they all pretty much look the same. He'll have a sweater his mom or an old girlfriend gave to him. He didn't go out and buy his own sweaters, so he's thinking, okay, I got jeans and a sweater, and I pretty much know what I'm going to do. Plus, he'll have in his mind what's going to happen on the date, and assume that she will automatically know.
No, never do.
And they don't.
Well, now if I don't, I just prepare in advance. I always bring a sweater just in case, or I hate not knowing what kind of dinner we're going to.
Right.
Because if it's a certain type of restaurant, and I need to know how casual it is, how formal it is, and I am so embarrassed if I am underdressed or overdressed.
I've said so often, if you're going to take a girl out, you have to tell her what kind of food you're going to eat so she can dress appropriately. Which sounds ridiculous to a guy.
Does it, Dad?
No,
I mean, seriously.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would it make any difference?
It makes sense to you now because you're nice and educated, but when you were a young man, did you clearly not understand that?
Yes, and I have neurotic daughters who will talk to me, I don't know what we're doing. Where are we going to go? What's going to happen? I mean,
I'm
you
not
go
a
through
fucking
this,
dresser.
guys. Yeah.
I don't want you to think that I spend 2 hours in the bathroom every morning because I care so much about how I look. I don't. I clearly don't.
I don't think that you're unusual. I think this happens all of the time. Every girl goes through this. That's normal. She should worry about what she's going to wear. Quick little side note. You know, I was at a department store the other day, and I heard this girl say, "Oh, I have to stop over here." She was with 3 other guys. "I have to stop over here and get some makeup."
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy said to her, "Oh, you don't need makeup. You look beautiful all the time." And she kind of gave him this look like, "Yeah, right." The guys had no idea how much work it takes to look natural. Can I make my hair look like I didn't work on my hair all morning? Does it take you long to look natural? Am I right?
Well, it doesn't take me, honestly, it doesn't take me that long as I know other girls do. But there's this popular thing now that girls will put a bun on top of their head. Whether you think that's attractive or not, that's absolutely designed to look like, I don't care what I did with my hair, just do that.
Right.
But I can't do that with my hair. It just looks greasy. If I smell
So-
it. Really, it does. There's a difference between casual greasy
All right.
and actual greasy.
And really greasy. Yeah, yeah. No, it's not a good look. So the idea is most girls will tend to take a lot of time to get a look that doesn't look like they're trying to get a look.
Even
Right.
if they're a casual person and you know they just don't care and they're fine with spontaneous dates, I'm sure we'll talk about that later.
Right.
It's still a polite. I think it's giving them the respect and space they need
Sure.
to think about it. 'Cause
Sure.
you know what? Why don't you just do it? Because I don't care how you look. I don't care what shoes you wear. She might, even if she doesn't. It's just inappropriate to force anyone into that kind of corner.
I absolutely agree, but I want to say something about this. Guys will say to a girl, "You look great." And you know what? They mean it. You look great. They will have no idea why they look great.
No.
They'll just know, "Oh, you look real nice." They won't say, "You know, that blouse goes very well with that those pants. The shoes really help your line. Who does that? What normal guy?
Guys, I
will
try
do that.
to as often as I can tell a girl specifically what I think looks nice on her. I'll say that is a great color, and not
Right.
because I feel better about giving her a compliment. I want her to know that this is something that you're doing right, or I think you're doing right. Keep it up, and if you want to look attractive, these are the ways that you do it.
Sure.
Other girls have to do that with each other because you're no objective. And there's so many, like you said, little elements that go into making it look natural and normal. You start to wonder, is it because I showered this morning, or is it because I used a different shampoo? And I changed everything different days. What is the element that makes that possible?
Exactly. Now, by the way, a little experiment. After you've been on a date, call up the guy, if you really are close to this guy, and say, could you tell me what lip color I wore?
Dad,
What shade of lipstick?
I would never do that.
Yeah, but you know what? Will a guy ever know?
No, but it sounds manipulative, like, so, what color were they wearing? Do you even
What
remember?
color? No, but look, don't expect that a guy is going to notice.
No.
Unless he's in the industry of selling you something. No. And by the way, you really don't want to date a guy who cares too much about your shoes.
What are you saying?
I'm not going to say it at all. You know what I'm saying.